starting point really for the development project has been to create a framework, a set of outcomes that we want the building to be able to deliver. So these are the things, the ways that we think that the building can achieve those aims. We've allowed community members to have a say on what those objectives are. And then we've handed them over to our architect, who's going to come up with a series of sketches. The 5 aims are community benefit, financial sustainability, environmental sustainability, flexibility of use, and fulfilling statutory obligations. And eventually we'll have a set of measures, and that will happen as part of this move towards a locality-based action plan, would be to have environmental or sustainability measures for the building and for the organisation as a whole. So the building itself, it's best known locally as the job centre, the former job centre building, because it was a job centre for 20 odd years. Most of all, it needs to feel like a community space. It still feels like a job centre. You come in and people say, oh, this used to be the job centre, didn't it? And it's quite a large building, a 3-storey building, and each floor's around about 270 square metres. So in total, 800 plus square metres. So it's very sizable. It does mean that we should be able to, or we will be able, we'll have to be able to, because we've signed up for this, to create spaces for the community and spaces for the organisation to be sustainable. So some spaces we can let out, some spaces we can trade from, but at the same time, spaces for the arts, spaces for community. We've got the flexibility, we've got the accessibility, and it should create spaces for that all of the community like coming to use, not just a small section of it. The timescale for completion is November this year, but it's already starting to look like a very ambitious timescale. We've bought the building through a mortgage with Charity Bank, which is a bank set up for the needs of the charity sector, and also a deposit contribution which came from reserves that the CIO had for the building project, and we loaned the money from local trust. Now, alongside that, we've had a big grant from the government, from the Department for Levelling Up Housing and Communities, under what was called the Community Ownership Fund programme. Even with all of that, we're still looking to raise a further between 100 and 150,000 to get the project finalised. So in total, the scheme's going to be at least £300,000, depending on how ambitious we are. We think that some level of community or public fundraising is going to be necessary to find the remainder. So we're probably going to be looking at some sort of crowdfunding appeal. We really hope that local people will financially treasure it as much as they use it, and might be persuaded to chip in and contribute towards the development of this fantastic space for local people.